sort of a bonus video for you all because this video is not something I would typically do. However, it has been requested and I was tagged in basically the same type of video a couple times already. Both Francis from Happiness Sparkles and Pam Jordan from the Pam Fam, they both tagged me to do a video where I pair fragrances with my handbags. And as you can see, I have some handbags behind me. I do have a bit of a collection of handbags. And what I've decided to do is just pull the sort of like higher end luxury ones. I do have a couple others that, you know, are just a little bit more normal. But these are my, my actual like favorite handbags. So I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to pair them with the fragrance. Some of them will be pretty easy. Some of them are a little bit more challenging, but that's what we're going to do today. So hopefully you'll find this fun. It's obviously just for fun, nothing too serious here, but I'll kind of describe the bag, what I use it for, and then like a fragrance that matches that sort of style. All right, so first up, I'm going to talk about this bag here, which I absolutely love. It does come with a chain that you can attach like so. You can attach that if you want, but the way I really like to carry this is to put my hand through here and carry it like that. But you know, like a normal person, not way up here by my head. So anyway, this is a Valentino rock stud flat bag. I don't remember what the names of most of these are, but this is one of the rock studs and it's in obviously a pink color. If you need specifics, I can look it up, but you know, otherwise I'm not going to bother to try to remember what the names of the colors and the styles are. Anyway, so this one is one of my favorites for the summertime. It's like a little bit edgy, but also kind of pretty at the same time, which I think is a combination that really appeals to me because like I'm never like super edgy, but I'm also like not like the, you know, prettiest kind of girly girl either. So this is like a nice in between for me. And I went with a really easy pick for this one. I picked a Valentino fragrance that also comes in a rock stud pattern, as you can see here. This is Valentino Donna Acqua. So the perfumer for Valentino Donna Acqua is Sonia Constant, and you all know I love her work. This, I think it does pair well actually with this bag because this bag I would mostly wear like spring and summer. And this fragrance I would only wear in the spring and summer. It's really nice. It doesn't last a long time, but I really love the way it smells. It's nothing like groundbreaking, but I actually think this fragrance would pair quite well with my Valentino bag because both of them I would primarily use in the spring and summer. This one doesn't have great lasting power, but it's really like, it's really kind of uplifting, nothing groundbreaking. I get a lot of almond and pear in here, two notes that I really, really love. I also get a bit of frangipani, which, you know, is definitely a flower that I would associate with the summertime. It might have a little bit of a woody base, and I'm sure there's other things going on as well, but in general, this is just kind of a fresh, a little bit flirty, kind of uplifting style fragrance that I think is beautiful for spring and summer. You definitely would have to reapply if you want it to last all day. I do think it's discontinued, so I don't really know that any of this matters anyway, but I think it is a good pairing for my Valentino bag. Next up, I have one from Gucci, and this is the Dionysus Wallet on Chain, I believe it's called. And so this one, I love this bag, by the way. This is like what I would use to travel with primarily. I also use it like if I'm gonna go to like festivals or things like that. It has a chain as well. I pretty much don't buy bags that don't have chains because I like to wear everything crossbody and be kind of hands-free if I can. But this one is just great because it has slots for everything. You can just like put your phone in here, your cards, whatever. And this one is also canvas. There is leather, you know, kind of trim, but it's mostly just canvas, which is another reason why I like it for travel or for festivals and things because it can't really get too damaged. I mean, like I'm sure you could damage it, but you know, like the rain and things like that aren't really going to bother this. Whereas like the Valentino, I wouldn't want to take out in the rain. So again, I went with kind of a straightforward pick here. I decided to go with a Gucci fragrance for my Gucci bag. And I have decided to go with A Song for the Rose. Check out that bottle. Doesn't it look lovely next to the bag? So A Song for the Rose is actually quite new to my collection. I only got this, was it maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I've only worn it once, but I really love this. This is a very like realistic rose. And it like has a bit of a woodiness to it. And I think there's like a little bit of like a clean musk in here. I'm sure there's other things going on, but to me, it's really like you're smelling an actual beautiful rose with like the stems, the twigs, all that there. But my God, it's like a rose in full bloom. It's just so like photorealistic, red rose, gorgeous. I wouldn't say this is old fashioned. Honestly, when I did wear it, the performance was pretty great. And I just really love this. This is a fantastic rose fragrance. And of course the bottle's gorgeous. So again, I've picked a song for a rose to go with my Gucci wallet on chain. All right, next let's talk about this work bag that I have here. This is from Saint Laurent. I don't remember the name of this, but it's one of their most popular styles. So if you're into bags, you probably know what it is. This bag is just fantastic. This is the bag that I would wear like when I want to be taken, I'm going to drop it, when I want to be taken seriously, unlike right now, in which I will not be remotely taken seriously. Anyway, I love this bag. It's huge. I have it like stuffed right now, obviously. Again, it has a strap that you can put on it, of course, and it just holds a ton. Like you can put your computer in here, you can put a bottle of water, you can like obviously have your wallet, your phone, all that stuff, but you can just put a ton of stuff in this bag. And I love kind of the accordion style on the side there. It's just really sleek. I love this bag. Fantastic work bag. And so I was thinking with this, it makes me feel very like empowered. And so I wanted a fragrance that's like a boss fragrance, but also like a sexy boss fragrance. And so what I've gone with is one of my favorites ever. This is from Kilian and it is Back to Black. So I've said this before, but Back to Black is not a safe blind buy. I don't think anything really is, but this one is very divisive. I find it to be incredibly sexy, like super sexy, but some people will not. Some people in fact think this smells just like really powdery and not appealing, but I definitely get powder in it. I think it could be tonka that's doing it, but this is like a honey and tobacco style fragrance. Oh, so good. There's like a little bit of woods in there as well, but that like sweetness that comes from the honey, and then of course, you know, I love tobacco. That combined with like some incense, it's so good. I really, really love this fragrance. And again, I find it to be like sort of like boss sexy. So anyway, this was of course created by Khalees Becker. She's, you know, done tons of work for Kilian. And I think that it's, I guess also kind of looks nice with it, right? But I think it pairs very well for the mood that this bag gives me. The next two bags I'm going to show you are the two that I carry by far the most. Like these are the ones that I just use nonstop. I love them. And you'll notice that's pretty obvious because I have the strap attached to both because they have recently been in use. The first one is this beautiful bag from Chloe. This is called the Faye Day bag. And this is kind of the bag that on Instagram prompted this video because people mentioned they would really like to see my handbag collection. They really like this one. I love this bag. It has a really unique opening that makes it so that people cannot steal from you easily. But it has like a nice sort of division in here where you can keep things nice and organized. It's not too big. It's not too small. The color is perfect to go with like basically everything. And even though it's leather, it's very durable. So this is just like a really chic, but also very practical bag. And so, like I said, I wear this all the time. And again, I decided to go ahead and be a little matchy-matchy with the house here. So I've decided to pick Chloe Nomade. This is the Absolu de Parfum version of Chloe Nomade. And I think this is a nice casual wearing fragrance that is perfect for a bag that I just wear casually all the time. So Chloe Nomade Absolu, as you can see here, it's got the little suede strap there. This was created by Quentin Biche. Won't be the last time you hear him today. And this one, it's mostly, what is it? I think it's Mirabelle Plum that they say is in here. And then a bit of Divana and oak moss. Oak moss is not like, it's not like actual oak moss, just to be very clear. But that plum definitely sort of pops. To me, it gives me this vibe of, I don't know why, but it reminds me of the like late 90s Abercrombie. I don't know why, but when I smell this, that's what I think. It takes me back to being in Abercrombie and Fitch, looking at all the things that my family couldn't afford. You know, I got some stuff, but the really cool kids always had just like Abercrombie everything, right? Like, at least that's how it was where I was back then. So anyway, something about this takes me back to that era, and it's really comforting in a way, but also this is just really easy wearing and it lasts all day. So it's like no frills, no fuss, put it on, you know, you smell great. And that's that. And so I think, again, this matches the handbag perfectly because this always looks great, goes with everything, and they're both kind of no-brainers. All right, the other bag that I carry to death is this one here from Louis Vuitton. This is called the Pochette Métis, and it's just in the traditional sort of logo pattern here. This is another canvas bag, though it does have leather trim. This up here is also this sort of camel colored leather, but I've wrapped it in one of the like Louis Vuitton, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the little skinny scarf things, mostly to keep it protected, but also I just think it's super cute. This bag has this sort of like little pop opening here. And again, I have this stuffed right now. I was using it recently, but I went ahead and stuffed it back to keep the shape. Anyway, it has 3 dividers here, which is so handy. This bag is like so well designed. And again, it's not too big, not too small. You can carry everything you need, keep it all like stored nice and neat. And it's another one that just always looks good. Now, this one maybe doesn't go with quite as many outfits. Like, I don't think I would carry this if I was wearing black, whereas I think the Chloe I could get away with pretty much every color, but it still goes with a ton, and it's just definitely my style. I gravitate towards this bag a lot. It's one of my favorites for sure. And for this one, it's like a little bit more fun and flirty, I think, especially with this. So I've decided to pick one of my fun fragrances that is a bit frivolous, but I just adore it anyway. And that fragrance is from Tom Ford. It is Lost Cherry. All right, so Lost Cherry was created by Louise Turner, and this, of course, is predominantly a cherry liqueur almondy kind of thing. It's so good. It also has tonka in there, and I think I know there's vanilla, and is it Peru balsam, if I remember correctly? It makes my mouth water. If you have never smelled this, yeah, it's overpriced. Like, don't pay full price for this. But if you can find it at the cosmetics company store, and it has been there a lot lately, if you find it there, ask them to test it, smell it, and then come back and tell me that your mouth didn't water, because you're lying if you tell me that. It's just like instantly when I smell this, instantly I salivate, and it's so delicious, so yummy. And like I said, it's just like kind of fun, frivolous, flirty, and it's just so easy going. I can wear this any time of the year. I tend to wear it more like, well, no, I wear it all times of the year. Never mind. So yeah, it's just another one that's easy to wear. Doesn't last a super long time. I do often layer this with Baccarat Rouge 540 to extend the life of the cherry note in here, which it really does nicely. But I would imagine that you could probably layer it with a lot of the BR 540 like sort of dupes or like inspired fragrances and get the same effect. So if you already have something similar to Baccarat Rouge 540 and you layer this on it, it probably will do the same thing. Anyway, I love Lost Cherry and I love this bag. And both of them are ones that I reach for a lot, I really gravitate towards, and I just think they're fun. All right, the next bag I have to show you is another Louis Vuitton, and this one is a Speedy crossbody, actually. So it does come with this crossbody strap, which is awesome. A lot of the Speedy bags do not come with a strap, but this one does. This is also a limited edition bag. One sec, I'm gonna put the strap back in there. So yeah, so this was a limited edition bag. You cannot get this anymore. I cannot remember the specific name of this pattern, but basically it's like the canvas with the logo, the monogram canvas, and then there's this gold leather kind of in between these like slices of the canvas. I flippin' love this bag. I love it. And it's held up really well. I've had this one for quite some time. And it obviously can carry a ton. I actually have an organizer down in here because it is quite massive. And so it helps just to kind of keep things separated, because the Speedy bags, they're pretty much just big open bags. And so I found an organizer to be really helpful with this. But anyway, this is a bag that, like, you know, I'm definitely going to be like out doing stuff and like, you know, I don't know, being like very productive when I carry a bag like this, because if I'm carrying this, it's because I need to carry a lot. But at the same time, I want to look really put together, and I want to feel like I want to feel good but comfortable. And so a fragrance that I picked for this bag is from Carner, Barcelona, and it is called Tardes. So Tardes was created by one of my favorite perfumers, Daniela and Dreer. In fact, a lot of these fragrances on this list today were created by some of my favorite perfumers. But anyway, Tardes, I just immediately fell in love with. It was love at first sniff, much like this bag was love at first sight. And this one, this is another sort of almondy fragrance, but there's also it's a different combo. There's definitely a lot of musk in here. There's a touch of heliotrope and or an almond accord, something along those lines. And it has a woodiness, I think it's cedar, maybe a little bit of florals, but this one is just so grounding. It's so comfy, but at the same time, it's unique, which I think, again, goes well with this bag. It's very unique, but at the same time, very easygoing, very comfortable, very practical. And I think Tardes is the same way. I think Tardes can be worn, it's another one I think can be worn kind of for a variety of, temperatures, occasions, things like that. But I just love this fragrance so much. It is wonderful. And I think if you especially like things with almondy kind of vibe, tonka musk, I do get a lot of musk in here, I think that you'll really enjoy Tardes. So check it out if you haven't already. It's fantastic. One of my favorite, actually this might be my favorite from all the Carner Barcelonas that I've tried thus far. All right, let's go ahead and finish off with my last Louis Vuitton bag. And this one is just a little clutch here. I don't remember the name of it, but what I love about it is that the little strap has that red leather on it. And then it's also red on the inside. I just love that. So this one is one I would of course take when I'm kind of going out on the town and I don't want to carry a bunch of things. It's just really practical. I can throw it under my arm and it's easy to carry around all night. And it's also a little bit fun with the red. So what I decided to do is pick a fragrance that I would definitely wear on a night out, but it's also a little bit fun, not just kind of like a clubbing fragrance. Still sexy though. And that is this one from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is called La Belle Le Parfum Intense. And this is, of course, the newer release from Jean-Paul Gaultier. It is a flanker to La Belle, and the real difference is that instead of being pear, vetiver, and vanilla, which is what the original La Belle was said to have in it, this one is said to have pear, tonka, and vanilla. Of course, they both have more notes than that, but that's the profile that Jean-Paul Gaultier gives. So La Belle Le Parfum was also created by Quentin Biche and Sonia Constant. They did the original as well, and they've done a couple other fragrances on this list today, but I would say the opening definitely reminds me of La Belle, and it's another one that can be a bit mouth-watering. But it does go a little bit more powdery tonka-y in the dry down. I love it either way though. I think that they're both phenomenal and I'm happy to have both. I don't necessarily know that having both is necessary. I do think the original lasts a little bit longer than this one, but I think that they're both really nice and worth having in your collection if you like sweet and slightly fruity things. I think the pear really shines in the opening and then it kind of fades, especially in this one. I think the pear lasts longer in the original. But I would say the sweet vanilla definitely stays throughout, and then you have that juicy pear in both. But like I said, this one kind of goes a little more powdery tonka-y kind of thing, whereas the original, I don't know, it just stays a little bit brighter throughout, at least in my opinion. I love them both though, and I think that this was a great addition to my collection, even if I probably didn't need it. As you will notice, I don't have any Louis Vuitton fragrances, and we need to fix that. So please leave comments down below and let me know which Louis Vuitton fragrances I should check out, because I definitely want to do that. I have owned one in the past, but I got rid of it quite some time ago, and I just haven't checked out too many other ones yet. All right, the last bag is kind of my baby. I take very good care of all of my bags. I've had many of these for years and years and years. And I think in general, in my opinion, they don't look like they're beat up or anything because I do try to take really good care of my stuff. And this one here is just, it's so beautiful. I have the protective, everything on it right now, so I'll take that off. But this is a Chanel mini flap, as you probably are familiar with. It's one of the most iconic bags from Chanel. And it's just a really small little bag. It just has that one opening and a little pocket inside. And then the chain, of course, I hope you like that noise. The chain, of course, comes up like this, so you can carry it different ways. Like you can make the chain shorter if you want to carry it over your shoulder, or how I usually do is carry it crossbody. But of course, it just has this like incredibly soft, supple leather. It's so soft. And then I have the little C here with the closure. I love this bag. This bag is sexy, it's chic, and it's a classic bag, absolutely classic. And I do have a couple Chanel fragrances, and the one that I decided to pair with this, because this is a bag that I would take on a night out for sure. Like this is not a bag I would carry, well, not very often would I carry it during the day, occasionally. But for the most part, this is a night out kind of bag. And so what I would pair with this is my Chanel Coco Noir. So Coco Noir is a rose and patchouli kind of combo. It goes a little bit citrusy to me in the opening. And then also in the dry down, there's kind of a touch of maybe, it's not really spicy, but it's probably like tonka, because sometimes tonka, you know, can go powdery, but also at the same time, it can go just a touch spicy sometimes. So it could be that. It definitely has a woodiness to it. I'm not exactly sure if it's cedar or sandalwood or some other type of wood, but has a woody quality to it. But mostly it's kind of a patchouli rose combo, like I said. It is kind of a dark fragrance. I think the name is fitting for this. And it's definitely something that I would only wear in the evening, for the most part, just like how for the most part I would only wear this bag in the evening. So I really do like this one. It is my favorite of the Coco line. I don't love Coco Mademoiselle. I don't love the original Coco, but Coco Noir I really, really enjoy. Shout outs to Amina. She didn't even remember that she recommended me to try this one, but like a year ago she did, and I got it, and she was right. I do like it quite a bit. So anyway, Coco Noir, if I didn't say, it was created by Christopher Sheldrake and Jacques Polge. And I just think that it's a really great addition if you want a Chanel fragrance that would be good for the evening. And you're not really into, like I said, the Coco Mademoiselle kind of thing. I think this is a good option. It's not so heavy on the patchouli that's off-putting. I actually prefer the patchouli in this over Coco Mademoiselle, even though that's the more popular one. You know, yeah, they have similarities, but I think with the rose here, and like I said, that sort of like tonka-y thing going on, it's just different. And I prefer this by far to Coco Mademoiselle. So anyway, that one is Coco Noir, and I have paired it with my Chanel flat bag. All right, so those are my handbags and the fragrances that I would pair with them. Obviously, I don't only wear these fragrances when I carry each of these different bags, but they're just ones that I feel like kind of embody the style or the vibe that I get from those different handbags and the like different occasions that I would use them for. Like I said, this is just for fun. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know probably some people who normally watch me have no interest in watching this, but a lot of you seem to be curious to see my handbag collection. So there it is. And I thought it was a lot of fun. Thanks again to Francis and to Pam for tagging me to do this. It was months ago, so sorry, I'm just now getting around to it. But thank you, I really appreciate it. And as always, I appreciate you all watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it, if you had a little fun. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.